This is Shams with Hoflandscapedesigns located in Southern California. We're looking at this property that is located in the city of Walnut, and we're mainly focused here on the side yard. So I'm going to take you through that design process and how we got to the final results. I'm using Concepts app, and so I can show you a little bit of how I went about the design process. So let's take a look at the site conditions real quick. We're looking at pretty much all this existing vegetation that is here, and we're noticing that there's a slope here, right? So you have, when it rains, you have the water sloping down, and it's going to slope away from the house, and so it's going to be like this V-ditch almost kind of feel, where the water is going to drain towards the front of the street, at least the excess water, because the rest is going to percolate through the soil. And the owners here wanted to go with a more of a modern touch, right? So we want to give them this nice access pathway to be more welcoming, but at the same time we want to level off this pathway, and by doing that is we can add a 6-inch curb right here, so we don't have to worry about all this drainage that we'll have in the planter here, right? So we can level all this out by including this 6-inch curb, and it'll retain all that soil, and then it'll have its own drains within that planter. Then here we'll give it some modern paving, throw some screening shrubs, maybe screen off that AC unit, and continue along the side wall here. The other element is to keep this, make this more of a modern, give this more of a modern touch, is by utilizing this property wall fence here, right? And so what we can do is, in order to save this client some money, instead of removing all of it, we can just keep this block wall right here, right? We can keep this block wall and remove this iron railing here, right? And so when we do that, what we can do is just pop off all these red bricks that we have here, put in some new not columns, but put a new caps onto them, and then we can refinish this block wall, right? We can refinish this, give it a nice smooth stucco finish, and it'll help with the modern touch. And then as well as the railing, we'll put like some aluminum modern railing in. You can see back here we have the block wall continuing, but in order to save the client some money, we are going to keep this block wall the way it is and just change the caps, and then we're going to eventually apply some vines that's going to cover up all the walls in the back and give it this nice green wall. It'll be softer for the eyes versus seeing this tall 8-foot high block wall in the backyard. And so also when you enter to the side yard, you're right away going to be looking at this focal point here. So we want to utilize this focal point, and you can add a fountain, you can add an art piece there, and in this particular case we're going to put an olive tree, a multi-trunk olive tree with some uplights, which will give it a nice look, especially in the evening time. So let me show you what the results were for this particular project. And so here you go. What you can see is this is that curb that we were proposing. Because of the slopage, now we have this leveled planter wall, we have this modern landscape lighting here. Now we have this leveled off modern paving, added some Mexican beach gravel there, and then also you can see this modern railing. This is the existing wall that was there from the last image that I showed you. This is the existing wall. All we did was remove the red caps, brick caps, put some new caps on there, did a new stucco finish onto it on the columns, and then you can see the back wall has the new caps, but the block wall remains, which is going to be all covered up with vines, right? And here is the olive tree. It's not that big of an olive tree, right? So you can tell it's a very small olive tree. I wish we specified of a bigger box, and so that way we can actually enjoy that space right away, or enjoy that focal point right away. But it's okay, it'll eventually grow bigger over time and then give you that experience that we were looking for. And so I hope you guys liked this, walking through this with me with the design process, and would like to provide you with more of the design processes that I go through on other projects. So please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.